A very good Friday morning to everyone out there. Landon here in the driver's seat with you, preparing you for your final day of the work week's weather or not forecast, courtesy of Ohio Valley Insurance. Got another wild ride on the Kentucky weather Banshee roller coaster throughout today. No surprise there. We are rolling in here into mid-February. Taking a look here over the latest satellite view combined with the latest surface map. You can see where our focus is oriented. We are keeping eyes just to our west, all right? We've got a steady stream of cloud cover that's already infiltrating the skies here across the Wobbles community. And as we work throughout the day and on into this evening, folks, this area of low pressure is going to be deepening as it scoots and slides off to the east and then a northeastward track here throughout today and on into this evening. This could be bringing some rounds of showers and thunderstorms this afternoon with a potential change over to snow this evening. So let's go ahead and let's jump right into it. Getting a look over the skies across the region, we have got the D93 sky cam downtown Bowling Green. Got some cloud cover already heading up over in that direction as well. A little bit better view of the cloud cover can be seen overlooking the Beech Tree News sky cam, looking off from the north and west from Morgantown. Got some cloud cover, some high-level wispy clouds. It's tracking in here out of the south and west. And again, folks, as we were just looking at, those will be thickening up as the day progresses and wears on. We are sitting currently right around the mid and upper 30s across the entire region. We got mid 30s up here on the north side of Warren County over into Butler, closing in on the 40-degree mark here down in Logan, Simpson, and Allen County, down near the Tennessee state line. So getting a better view of the surface map and how things are going to unfold here. You can see where the purple coloration is, folks, and that is signaling the opportunity at a little bit of snowfall here across the region for us as we work later into the day, all right? So let's not waste any more time. Let's jump right into it for you and give you the breakdown here of what it is that we are going to be looking at, shall we? Here's the big picture view. That's how we're going to kick things off today. And again, all eyes, you're going to watch this little low pressure lobe right here that's going to be trucking eastward throughout the day. We're going to have deep southwesterly flow out ahead of this weather maker, folks. We're going to be looking at highs taking us all the way up to right around the mid-50s. Some of us might even jolt up to the upper 50s to lower 60s before we end up on the backside of the low with northerly winds bringing in the colder air, thus potentially resulting in that change over to snow this evening. We work into the midday time frame. We got some scattered rain showers, a few storms arriving. And then as we work into mid-afternoon, the Euro is portraying this being our surface setup. We've got the low slicing right across the Kentucky-Tennessee state line. That is placing us on the warm side of the low throughout this morning and through roughly mid to late afternoon. And then the wraparound with that cold conveyor belt is what is going to cause that potential changeover for us. So let's jump over here and let's take a look at the zoomed in short-term model guidance to give you the breakdown on when we are expecting this to unfold. We approach lunchtime. You might have a few scattered light rain showers that are present, but it's not going to be until mid-afternoon on that we're going to look at the better forcing and the better moisture parameters arrive. So here's what we're dealing with, folks, in regards to our snow chances. We have a very profound warm nose that's going to be sneaking up here out of the south, and right along and ahead of this low pressure system, counterclockwise flow is going to be shoveling these southwesterly winds up into our vicinity throughout the day. Some model guidance is hitting at highs right around the 50-degree mark, while our short-range models are taking highs all the way up between the mid and upper 50s. Some are even pointing at the 60-degree mark being achieved around early to mid-afternoon. Then attention is going to turn from roughly late afternoon on off to the north and west with the colder air dragging in out of this direction. Now, a few question marks we have and why I don't think that we're going to be receiving anything significant here across our region is what we've been talking about over the past several days. Number one, this system is going to be moving at a very progressive rate. You can see here we've got the rain showers arriving around 5 or 6 p.m., a light wintry mix or snow here by 7 to 8 p.m., and then by 9, 10 p.m. tonight, it's already out of our region. So it doesn't give much time for it to put much on the ground. And then also what we're going to be dealing with is these warm temperatures. Folks, we've been above the 60-degree mark numerous times this week. We've got ground temperatures as far down as 2 to 4 inches down into the soils. We got soil temperatures all the way up to around the 50-degree mark. Even if snow does fall, it's going to be flat out difficult to get much of anything, if anything at all, to stick on the ground. Look at the short range model guidance as we approach lunchtime today. It is catapulting highs up to the 60-degree mark by early afternoon. Do I think that could be achieved? Yes, it could be likely. But if we get some more cloud cover in here, we won't quite reach that high values. But regardless, folks, as warm as we've been and with highs up at least into the 50s today, it's going to be difficult because with the arrival of the passing low pressure system and our winds turn out of the north and west, by the time we have the snow and the wintry mix arrive as we roll into 7 and 8 p.m., we're still well above freezing. We're not going to see this realization of sub-freezing temperatures until we close in closer to midnight, and then those temperatures are going to tank. We're going to be all the way down to the low, maybe mid-20s by sunrise Saturday, and that does lead us into another concern that we're focusing on. As far as snow impacts are concerned, we're not worried about those. We're expecting little to nothing whatsoever. But what is more concerning is after the precipitation shunts off, all of the residual moisture on the pavement and the sidewalks, your decks, whatever else you have, that is going to freeze over and could create, in some instances, that of which could be compared to an ice skating rink on some of these surfaces. So if you're going to be traveling during the latter part of this evening through early Saturday morning, please be cautious and take the necessary precautions for the opportunity at some slick travel out there on the roadways. Looking at the latest SREF model, you can kind of see where it's painting where the heaviest snowfall is anticipated. That's going to be right along the I-64 corridor and points northward, where they're all but guaranteed at least 1 inch of total snowfall. Now, the local National Weather Service office out of Louisville has placed a winter weather advisory out, but is located well off to the north and east of the region, up around the Louisville metro, points over into Lexington. That's where the colder temperatures are going to be located. And folks, highs this afternoon for them are going to be roughly 10, maybe 12 degrees colder than what we're going to experience down here. With that warm nose infiltrating us throughout the column of the layer in the atmosphere, we could see a period of going from rain to maybe even just sleet and seeing just very little in the form of snow. And whenever it does fall, as previously mentioned, I just really don't have the confidence that we're going to get much of anything on the ground in terms of accumulations, all right? But with that being said, what will be coming along with that will be the widespread rain showers and the opportunity of some thunderstorms coming in here as well. Now, folks, we're looking at the course of the next week. We got another little weather maker that's going to come in here on Thursday of next week, 6 days from now, that's going to add on top of today's totals. So over the course of the next week, we're looking at anywhere from a ½ inch up to around 1 inch of total rainfall. Well, Landon, what are you expecting this afternoon into tonight with just today's system? Probably be a little bit lower on the totem pole, anywhere from 1/4 inch up to a ½ inch at most with what the models are spitting out and pointing to. Here's a full breakdown of your next 5-day weather forecast. We have got clouds increasing this morning. We should remain dry as a bone. And then as we roll into this afternoon, steadily increasing rain and storm chances. We are not anticipating any sort of severe weather. Highs right around the mid to upper 50s is what I think we're going to achieve. Low to mid 20s by sunrise Saturday with a little bit of snow potentially on the ground, maybe a sparse dusting if we're lucky, but slick travel will be a very real possibility. Please stay safe. Folks, Saturday is going to be frigid, northwest winds, although sunshine coming back into the fold. Highs won't be escaping the low to mid 30s. And then Sunday, southerly winds take highs back up to around the 50-degree mark. Mid and upper 50s for your President's Day, near 60 on Tuesday. And although you can't see it, folks, we might for real be making a run at near 70 degrees by the time we run into Wednesday of next week. That's going to wrap up your Friday morning edition of your Weather Night Forecast presented by Ohio Valley Insurance. You all take care of yourselves and each other. Stay weather aware and stay safe out there with the potential winter weather that will be incoming. You all have a fantastic